Are you ready to rewind? Take a nostalgia-filled ride back to a simpler time. It's Acid Wash Memories, a retro pop culture celebration. And now your hosts, Joe Murata and Michael Quinn.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 72 of Acid Wash Memories, a retro pop culture celebration. Today, we're talking about Taco Bell. I am Joe Murata, and going through the drive-thru with me is Michael Quinn. How you doing there, Michael?
Howdy doody. Already have to go to the bathroom.
well, folks, if you need to pause this right now and maybe get ahead of the game here.
I feel like that's what Taco Bell's like known for.
Going to the bathroom, yes.
Taking a
They're actually owned by a toilet company. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get the jokes out of the way here. Yeah, Crapper, Thomas Crapper. Thank you guys for not crapping on us and listening to Acid Wash Memories here. If this happens to be your first time and you're still listening 1 minute in, God bless you. But really, thank you so much for being with us here. Each week is a different slice of retro pop culture. That's what we do. And we have 71 other episodes available. Where, Michael Quinn?
in the archives.
In the archives. So find something you like if you're not into Taco Bell. But why don't you subscribe? That would mean a lot to us. It would also be great if you followed us on Twitter at AWM Podcast. And you can also join our very friendly Facebook group with a very creative name, Acid Washed Memories.
Yes. We thought of it. It took a long time.
It took a really long time. And it doesn't take a long time, however, for you to join the group. Go there and we'll let you in. And you can talk to other retro pop culture fanatics. But today, as we so very eloquently explained in the beginning here, we're talking about Taco Bell. First things first, I'm assuming everyone listening here, if they haven't been to Taco Bell, they've heard of it.
The funny thing about Taco Bell, just from the onset, it's one of those places that of all the fast food chains, I want to say it's the one that some people just never go to it. It's weird. It's got that strange hey, I've never been to Taco Bell, and it's not weird for you to say that.
That's a good point. It's like me saying I've never been to Long John Silver's except that one time.
Yeah, it's like it's like the other ones, right? It's it's possible that you just never went because you just don't like that kind of food.
And what's ironic is it's that very nature of it being the other one, right, that allowed it to penetrate the fast food market. Because if you think about the 1950s and 60s, and we've talked about Quinn, we've talked about the burgers, we've talked about the chicken, we've talked about pizza even.
But these are all just everyone goes
staples,
there.
Right?
Yeah, these are staples. Taco Bell, on the other hand,
it's a different story. And in the 50s and the 60s, fast food was still very novel, right? Kroc, and the Burger King, he had just taken the throne.
Yes,
in the 50s,
king
right?
Himself,
yeah, the king
it would
himself.
take him years to expose himself on the commercials.
That whole different story.
Yeah,
Burger King and McDonald's were pretty well established as you enter the 60s as the hamburger places. They kind of. White Castle walked so they could run, as we've talked about. White Castle established, hey, this is a fast food place.
Right.
In the 20s or whenever it was.
I mean, to me, it's always weird that McDonald's wasn't around when White Castle first appeared. Isn't that strange?
30 years earlier.
Yeah.
And pizza in the 50s and 60s was becoming ubiquitous as a choice for people, right? Let's go out and have some pizza, or let's order a pizza.
When you fix an Italian food, everything is got to be just perfect. Especially when you're making a pizza.
Chicken had its little chicken footprint as well in the market because KFC.
The Colonel.
We talked all about Harlan Sanders.
Right.
But also Church's Chicken, a lot of local places, a lot of defunct change. But one item, Quinn, had yet to be fully explored in the fast food realm. The taco.
The taco.
Yes. Quinn, what is a taco?
You got a little bread surrounding
bread, yes.
Flour, whatever.
A tortilla.
A tortilla. It's soft, usually, at least at Taco Bell. Sometimes. They're soft and hard. I get it. And you just have, meat and some veggies in it, and it's, it's kind of like a sandwich, but a wrap, but not really a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a little...
Very unique.
Yeah, it's just its own thing. It's from south of the border.
Yes, it is.
Does it come from original Spain or not?
That's the thing. The history of the taco is actually disputed.
Okay.
There's one argument that says the taco predates the Spanish occupancy of Mexico.
Oh, so it's the natives.
That's one theory, is that the indigenous people were eating fish tacos.
Okay.
They were taking whatever bread-like substance and wrapping fish in it. But the other argument, this is a very divided populace on this. The other argument is that it's more like the 18th century when they came to be.
Okay.
Because of Europe and because of Spanish. The earliest known reference to the word taco is from an 1836 cookbook which is describing how to prepare a rolled pork loin.
Do we know where said cookbook was published? If it was Spain?
It was in Spanish, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Hola. That means hi in the Spanish language. Yeah. So the cookbook that they were talking, it's actually from Mexico. So because I also like tacos. I live in California.
Speaking of tacos, do you like tacos?
I love tacos.
Big fan?
They're great. Growing up, I wasn't the biggest taco fan, but
I was going to say the same.
When I got in my 20s and, you're
when
looking
matured,
for
Quinn.
alternatives, like whatever, even late teenage years.
Well, you're a fan of Taco Bell,
yeah,
though.
I love Taco Bell.
I've been through the drive-thru many a time with you.
It's good.
That is no joke.
It's good.
And
you just have to be ready for it. When in my salad days, I could endure it much easier.
Now
but
you should be in your eating salad days, right? It's
exactly.
a different thing. Folks, we're going to want to hear your Taco Bell memories and thoughts and maybe your favorite menu items. Some people, I guarantee you, there's some people here that go like once a week, maybe even more. And some people that go like, I don't know, every quarter, like you pay your quarterlies and then you go.
I mean, I used to be more frequent at Taco Bell, but now I get tacos at like the local place because it's better.
A taqueria, if you will. So anyway, back to the taco. By the turn of the 20th century, it still was not a familiar food in the United States, but bear in mind, Mexican-influenced cuisine, they didn't really appear in the U.S. in general until the end of the 19th century, like right around the turn. And that would be like dishes like chili con carne and tamales. That was in Texas initially because it's a border state, obviously.
Yeah, thanks.
And other border states like Arizona, New Mexico, California, they became influenced by Mexican cuisine. But in 1948, post what?
War.
A 25-year-old gentleman opened a hot dog stand in San Bernardino, California. His name? Glenn Bell.
I thought you were going to say his name, Taco Bell.
Mr. Taco Bell, ladies and gentlemen. No, Glenn Bell opened.
Could you imagine?
His name?
My name is Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
No, Glenn Bell. And the name of the restaurant, very creative, like our Facebook group, Bell's Drive-In.
Okay.
No relation, as far as I know, to Ma Bell.
Yeah. He wasn't part of the telephone system.
He might be their stepson. I'm not sure what's going on.
Getting that money from the Bell system.
They were doing everything, man. Inventing tacos, inventing phones and microchips.
They did just about everything.
Transistors.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyway, across the street from Mr. Glenn Bell's place was, now I'm going to keep calling him Taco Bell. Thanks, Quinn.
Mr. Taco Bell.
Mr. Taco Bell's place was a place called the Meatla Cafe. That's a Mexican restaurant, and it served hard shell tacos, which is another, it's not an American invention, but hard shell, actually, for the record, was popularized by Taco Bell.
Really?
They weren't popular until then. Soft shell is, I think, technically the way to do a taco.
So that's the thing is like what I find interesting is because the more I find like alternative taco places, nobody makes hard shell. Like that's like really is a Taco Bell thing.
It really is, and it became popular to like buy them and make them in your house with like a taco kit or whatever. Yeah. But that's not the true taco. And again, I'm not speaking from a point of expertise, but from observation.
Right.
It seems like if you go to like a taqueria or something like that, they give you a soft shell taco.
They don't even it's not even an option to get a hard shell taco.
Now, I know you, and folks, we want to hear hard or soft, and don't get your mind in the gutter on that. Hard or soft tacos, okay?
The only time I like hard tacos is if it's those Dorito tacos. Those things
were really good.
Oh, my God. It's like, hey, why don't we put Dorito dust on this hard shell? Suddenly it's
Sign me up.
Suddenly it's like, okay, like I'm in.
My main gripe with the hard taco is you bite it and then it just all falls into your lap.
This hard shell taco is crumbling the way America is crumbling. Where is my Baja Blast?
Then there's the weird modification that I feel is the half and half, which is the chalupa.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's like
item.
It's like the middle ground. It's like a little hard, but it's a little soft. It's a little bit of everything.
It's a flaccid taco.
Yeah.
This is a very mature podcast, okay? We're just don't get funny.
Mature.
Don't get funny. Anyway, Mr. Taco Bell was intrigued by the long lines across the street at the Meatla Cafe. He's like, what? People are ordering tacos? So this is what he did. At first, he tried to figure out, like, how is this fucking thing made? This taco. You got to remember, folks, this is 70 years ago. 80, almost 80 years ago.
Isn't it pretty self-explanatory by ordering it?
I was going to say yes, but you got to remember it's just this newfangled thing at the time.
Right.
It's like, What are they putting in this meat? How are they doing this?
I guess it's what the meat's seasoned with is probably the main thing to debunk.
Well, because Quinn, what is the best part of meat?
The taste.
The taste.
Yeah.
And you get the taste by the seasoning.
It's not like you could just cut up some like chicken breast and put it in it and it's like, hey, we got a taco here.
Right.
It tastes like crap.
In a hot dog bun.
Yeah.
That's when he's got, look at my taco.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, we hope you're still listening. So he tried to reverse engineer it essentially, but then he just flat out like asked the owners, and they were nice enough to like just show him like, here's how we make our shit.
Okay.
Very nice of them.
I mean, the thing is I feel like tacos, like, it's not some like big secret that needs to be like locked up somewhere or whatever, right?
Right. It's not like the Colonel's recipe.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Right. It's a little bit different. Anyway, with this knowledge of knowing how to make a fucking taco, he opened a new food stand in 1951. That is the year that I Love Lucy premiered. And initially it was called Tacotia, then El Taco.
The taco.
Which is, of course, Spanish, right, for the taco.
They have the taco. They're the taco.
It's the only taco.
Wait a second. Okay, they're the talker?
So this operated for 11 years here. And then in 1962, the year that the Beatles released their first single, Love Me Do, he sold El Taco and opened a new place in Downey, California. The name of this chain, Taco Bell.
Talk about bong.
Exactly. 1962. It was small. 400 square feet. Think of like a 2-car garage, maybe.
That's smaller than my apartment.
Yes, you have a very nice sized apartment, though,
Yeah.
to be fair. You get good rent per square footage.
I do.
there. You should
True.
see Quinn's place sometimes, so he'll have you over.
Yeah, sure.
He means it. So anyway, already from the first Taco Bell location was that mission style architecture
Right.
that it's still known for, I guess.
I was, yeah.
Was.
I don't know why they got rid of that because to me that's like what made it unique.
There's a whole problem with like the modernization of all the fast food places.
Yeah.
Like Burger King still held out in some of their locations.
Well, I guess we'll get into it, but there was this like later remember these like test sites where they're like, we're going to put a bar in it and stuff and like
God,
make
yeah.
it mission style again.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Now this also, because it's small and you need place in there to cook the tacos, the very complicated taco, it's not a restaurant, it's a walk-up window, which were very common back then, right? Hamburger stands and stands.
I remember
and things,
some of the early Taco Bells in the area, at least the ones from like the late 80s by us, were like still kind of like that.
They more
like,
encouraged you to order out, right?
Yeah, they weren't really like sit-ins.
They weren't on Domino's level though, right?
Yeah.
With like, we have no fucking tables.
They're like, get the hell out of here. Like, we want your order and then leave, please.
It's my favorite.
You want to sit on some phone books or something? Like, there's nothing. Like, Domino's is ridiculous.
They discourage you.
That one by us is just like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Like,
but this wasn't as bad, I guess. Now, in the 60s, the menu items at the time had to feature descriptions to like educate people, and we're going to read you some items. This is from a St. Petersburg, Florida Taco Bell from the 1960s. Okay?
I mean, you have to remember too, like, nowadays, like, Spanish is spoken very commonly in America.
True.
But back in the 60s, it still was a minority language. Like, people didn't really know it. It was foreign to them.
Unless you're in like a specific geographic area, perhaps like Miami at the time.
Right.
Or Union City, New Jersey.
But in the middle of the country, or even Northeast, or
even Northern California.
Yeah, like, it's like people are like, we don't know what this means.
Right.
Like,
very similar to like when American Chinese or Chinese American cuisine began to get really popular.
People, they had to explain it, right? Or change the name to make it, so people knew what it was.
And that's why they had pictures on the menus.
Right.
So people could see what they were ordering. So here's what's on a typical late 60s Taco Bell menu, okay?
It's not much.
No. Taco, and here's the description. A crisp folded corn tortilla shell with meat, lettuce, and cheese.
Joe, already, I feel like they need to say what a tortilla is. I'm not even kidding. In the 60s,
you don't think? I don't know. You don't think that was permeated the
I don't know, like, because there's not even like Doritos yet.
Yeah, they were in the 60s, yeah, but they weren't popular yet. Yeah. You're right. Tostada, a crisp flat tortilla with beans, red chili, lettuce, and cheese. A burrito, a soft flour tortilla rolled up with beans, green or red chili, onion, and cheese. And just so you guys know, The red chili is crushed chili peppers. The green chili is fresh chili strips. Green chili is spicier. Neither is very hot. This is all on the menu. I'm not making that up. Frijoles.
I'm looking right at it.
Yeah, this is real.
There's even like a little mascot man.
Yep, with a big hat.
Yeah.
Frijoles, those are refried beans with red chili and cheese. And, of course, the chili burger, a hamburger bun with meat, lettuce, cheese, onions, and red chili. You know why.
Yeah, that is literally like, we have to have something like McDonald's here so people know what any of this is, right?
Who goes to Taco Bell gets the burger? Now we're going to get the people that were around. Because remember the Bell Beefer, it stayed around. We're going to be like, no, I used to love the Bell Beefer, man. We want to hear from you.
But that's not why I'm here, man. It's called Taco Bell. Like, what? Why would I get a burger? You know?
There's the quote of the show. Each item on the initial menu, by the way, was 19 cents each, which...
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is good. It's about $2 today. So it was a very good deal. And the initial location that we were talking about was so successful that Mr. Taco Bell, was franchising only 2 years later in 1964. That's the year that the Beatles came to the United States of America.
Right.
Ed Sullivan.
I would say the only challenge maybe they had, the one weird thing about tacos to me is when you go to like McDonald's or Burger King or even KFC, right? You don't order like 2, 3, 4 burgers. You usually get like a meal, like one burger and fries and a drink.
And maybe like an apple pie.
But with a taco, it's not really big. Like, so you have to like order like 3 of them just to even get like a meal.
And you say that like it's a bad thing?
No, I'm saying it. I feel like that is like a weird challenge because people think because they have to order like a couple just to even get food,
I guess that's why the prices were what they were.
They had to be because like if you're ordering a taco, you're not just going to get one taco. That's like not even enough. Like,
I've never once in my entire life been like, hey, can I have one single taco from anywhere?
Yeah, that's like a snack. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe 2 to 3 is like a meal.
Yeah, 3 is like a comfort level, right? Taco wise. Anyway, by 1967, that's the year of Sgt. Pepper, Taco Bell celebrated its 100th location. So 5 years in.
Wow.
100 locations.
That's a very quick expansion.
Well, what do we know about the way we were going with food in the 60s? There was a lot of influences cropping in, right? Like a lot of innovation going on. Also, because it's post-war, because it's post-television, you have a much wider way to advertise.
Right.
You're not just relying on billboards and...
But I mean, I don't think... Was Taco Bell pretty prevalent on TV during this time? Because I don't even... Like, even in the 90s, it was like... Especially the early 90s, it was rare to see a commercial for them.
They had like the Little Richard ones. Remember those?
Yeah.
They're real. Well, that's a great question, Quinn. Here is a 1968 Taco Bell radio commercial.
Wow, not even TV, huh?
Radio.
KYNO, first in Fresno with 2022.
One way to remember that Taco Bell serves the best Mexican food.
Yeah, how's that?
When you think of tacos, think of bells. When you think of bells, think of tacos.
You mean like the song we sing around Christmas, Jingle Tacos?
Si, Taco Bell serves the best tacos, tostados, burritos, frijoles, and chili burgers.
Listen, I got one. The world's greatest calypso singer is Harry Tacofondi.
Taco Bell, the best Mexican food in
We're going to just turn that off.
Yeah.
So that's the type of advertising that was going on.
Maybe they should have not done that.
Different time, Quinn. Does not sound good now, but different time. Okay, moving along here. The first location on our side of the Mississippi, that's the East Coast, opened in that same year, 1968. It was the 270th location.
I didn't even get to here by then.
They didn't even get to the East Coast until 68.
Slow crawl through the United States.
Absolutely. And around that same time, they finally did what would become standard, featuring indoor seating.
Right.
Older locations would just be converted to have seats. So they made sure that like wherever you went, you could sit and eat your taco.
I do feel like this isn't like pizza. You really do need a place to sit and eat. Like, especially because it's one of those kind of meals that's going to fall a little bit apart, and
you always got cheese and lettuce falling out.
Yeah, you need like a table, right? Like
you need an apparatus.
You need something to sit at, right?
It's true. I totally agree. So by 1970, the year the Beatles officially broke up, there was 325 locations. Are you at all wondering why I'm doing this?
60s? I don't know.
Just for my own amusement.
Yeah, well, I know it's like how you mark time as the Beatles for some reason.
I'm just doing it on
like
purpose.
Before the Beatles is like not history to you. You know?
Yeah. With 325 locations by 1970. And with that, Taco Bell went public. So not a bad Not a bad run so far from Mr. Glenn Bell here.
Public within, 10 years? Less than 10 years?
8 years.
That's crazy.
The entire run
Must have
of
really
the
been
Beatles'
doing
commercial
good.
career. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
They were. So we talked about some of the 60s menus, and we saw a commercial. In the 70s, they kept that same ethos going, but they added something. How to pronounce the name of the food. So they added pictures.
This is almost necessary, and I'm not joking.
I guess so. I mean, how hard
this is what I mean about how the names were like. You got to remember, like, Spanish wasn't
as common.
It
just wasn't as common
in the United States.
No, it wasn't. But do you really think there were people coming in? Hey, can I get a taco?
Maybe. Like,
I guess we take it for granted now,
yeah,
right?
we do.
Yeah, I got one of them tacos and one of them burritos.
Yeah, this is just they're reading it in their own like minds, and they're
Right.
just like, I guess that's how you pronounce it.
I guess so yes, and also by this point, the enchilito was added.
What is this? It doesn't even look like an enchilada. What is that?
Well, it's a combination of a burrito and an enchilada, Quinn.
Oh,
and it was very popular.
Looks
and
terrible.
I never
in that
had
picture.
one.
All of this, other than the taco, look good.
You wouldn't have the Bell Burger, which is called at this point.
No, I gotta say, and this is funny. You're showing me this, right? Because
It's very funny.
the way Taco Bell presented its food in pictures, I always thought was bad when I was a kid, and that's partially why I didn't want to touch them.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Why
They
does
just
it present bad?
No, they made like a change or something in like the late 90s to how they like showed it, pictured it or whatever.
Oh,
And I
okay.
swear it just looked more appetizing. I don't know why.
I never even considered that.
Like, this looks gross to me. Like, most of it.
Sorry. Hey, why don't we check out another commercial here? This one is with a man who would go on to star in two very popular programs, Dallas and Step by Step.
Oh.
It can be none other, Quinn, than Patrick Duffy.
Give me a taco and make that 2 tacos.
2 tacos?
What's
There
that?
he is, Frank.
That's a burrito supreme.
Sour cream.
Fresh lettuce and tomatoes.
Ooh, I'll have one of those instead.
Burrito supreme.
What's that?
Oh, that's a tostada.
I have one of those too.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What's that?
Oh, that is an enchilito.
Do you think this is really how it was back then?
No.
You don't think in the 70s people were like, what's that?
I don't think people were like, what's that? What's that? What's
Like
that?
my son,
Yeah.
my 1-year-old.
Yeah.
That.
I mean, it's like the kid from Big Daddy. I want like Cheerios or something at McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess the reason we're playing these commercials for, the reason we're even talking about Taco Bell, okay, is because it's fun.
Yeah.
People have been there. Also, for whatever like bizarre reason, people like when we run down a history of like benign things.
Well, yeah.
I don't know why.
Taco Bell is very mysterious, though, to me, like 90s even.
I think one of the reasons is part of it is advertising.
Yeah.
Because KFC had the Colonel, and even after Harlan Sanders' passing, they had a way to identify it with the Colonel. Burger King, I mean, they did a bunch of different things, but ultimately it came down to the King, right?
Right.
McDonald's had Ronald and all some of the things. Wendy's had Dave Thomas.
Right.
And fucking Mr. Wendy, but mainly Dave Thomas.
I feel like Taco Bell's breakthrough, if I'm being completely honest, is that bell sound effect. That noise, it was like, oh, it's Taco Bell. Like, dong, like you know. Like,
I'll tell you what, that's a really good point. That's
Right.
a good sound effect.
You know when I realized how good that sound effect was? When I heard it played at baseball or like sporting events or like
Yep.
in general, where the dong, like, and I'm like, Taco Bell.
We're like fucking Pavlov's dogs over here.
Yeah,
Quinn. It's
yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
burrito.
Yeah.
But good for them.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That was the breakthrough.
That was a breakthrough.
Advertising-wise.
I think you're right. Another thing they did, which I was surprised when I found this out, is as early as 1978, with the release of the first Superman movie of the Christopher Reeve
Right.
trilogy or quadrilogy they did, they were tying in with that, which I thought was actually pretty impressive for this chain.
Yeah.
In 78, they were offering Superman commemorative glasses from the
Oh.
movie.
Attention Superman fans, Superman glasses are coming to Taco Bell.
That's right. Taco Bell is offering Superman glasses.
I mean, the movie tie-in is always like a good call.
Right.
Now, that's pretty early, though.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, McDonald's in the 90s, they got real into Batman and all that shit.
I remember it was a Burger King that was doing 101 Dalmatians, and
everyone was doing everything,
Yeah,
right?
it's real.
Like, I feel like the Batman cups or whatever are
Oh,
like some of
yeah.
the most notable. The fucking Frost the Mr. Freeze cup
I
or
know
whatever
the ones
the fuck
you mean
it is.
from,
Like,
from the Batman and Robin movie, right?
yeah,
Was it?
the one that had Mr. Freeze where the cups were like made of, they looked like ice, but they were just glasses or whatever.
Those were classic, though. And everyone's like younger brother had one in their house.
I had one.
Dirty.
Yeah, they were great. Like,
yeah, everyone did. I want to again talk about this burger real quick because here's my biggest fucking problem with this Bell Beefer, which
it's like crap is what the biggest problem with it is.
They offered this until I think at least the 90s, and I know it briefly.
Who was ordering this shit?
Well, that's what I want to know. So essentially, if you've never had the Bell Beefer, I've never had it, but I know what it is.
It's just a taco with a burger bun.
It's a sloppy Joe. Yeah, with like taco cheese on it, but it's a steamed bun. Now, that steam to me means it might be wet. Do you want a wet bun?
The only thing is I think it's trying to mimic like a soft shell taco in a way, but just in burger form.
Or just to make the whole thing like chewy, like I mean, soggy.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound very appetizing, does it? But I want to hear from the Bell Beefer fans,
I don't think it would be that bad. It's more just like, it feels like why. It's just why is my question. Mostly that's what it is. It's because it's like you got tacos here. Like what is...
You got tacos.
I'm not in the mood for this. This is not why I came here.
It's true, though. You're right. While we're here, I guess we'll just talk about a couple other discontinued menu items. There's more, but the 7-layer burrito, well, people had a big problem when this went away.
Yeah.
I've had it, but I was never a big fan, and
honestly,
maybe that's
never been a burrito person in general. Like I don't go. I'm going for tacos or chalupas or something. You know.
So you're not a fan of a burrito in general.
I don't know. It just feels sloppy and too much all at the same time.
Is it because it's like too like a stuffed sock?
Yeah, it's just the other thing is like, because it's got so much in it, I always feel like you get halfway through it and you feel very full for just because of like the amount of different things going on.
Yeah, and
it gives you this sensation of being full before you're done.
To Taco Bell's credit, this was like good bang for your buck. This was like real food, like not even like fast food. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's a whole meal in a pouch,
rice
of
and meat.
bread.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. And there was also, we'll have to talk about this. So chalupas and gorditas, right?
Now, when did the chalupa come along? Because the chalupa to me is like, it's like the best thing Taco Bell ever did, and you don't see it at other stuff. Like it's only at Taco Bell.
So here's the deal. I tried to find out when did they enter the menu. The best I could find out, it was already by the 90s.
Okay.
I didn't see them on 80s menus that I found.
Yeah, because I don't remember it being super popular until the late 90s.
Late 90s, early 2000s is when I remember them,
and I feel like it very much moved to that, where was it, like number 4 or something?
Oh, it moved up the ranks, man.
But here's the thing, right? Is this with the numbers, I always feel the more popular stuff is between 4 and 6. Like, I actually, like, number 1's always, like, the classic, what we came up with kind of shit, like 1 through 3.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
the Big Mac, the Whopper, Dave's Classic.
Yeah, it's always the, like, this is the original menu, like the 1 through 3. And then 4 through 6 are always the, like, this is what people are actually fucking getting now. Like, the spicy chicken is number 6. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then 7 and 9's, like, experimental.
Yeah, 7 through 9's always, like,
fish.
some horse shit, like, that nobody gets. Like, right?
The chicken Whopper or whatever.
The filet fish is always like at the bottom. It's like 10 or some shit. But this is what I mean. It's like I knew the chalupa had like ascended when it was like at 4 or 5 or whatever. Like, so it's like that's the sweet spot on the fucking menu. That's like where you want to be. That means you're popular now. You're not the legacy or anything in the 1 through 3 slot.
And you're not some guinea pig sitting down at 8 or 9.
Yeah,
it's fucked up down there. But what I wanted to say about the chalupa and the gordita, I love both. The chalupa is a deep fried tortilla, so it gives it that like soft-ish but crunchy texture.
Right.
It is leak proof. It rarely ever breaks on me.
Also, the cheese is not like melted, which to me is like,
because you hate
after my
cheese.
own heart, right?
Yeah,
it's like, oh my God, this is terrific.
The chalupa is a fantastic product.
What is the sauce or whatever on it? Because that shit's good too.
Well, they have this is the problem. Remember they used to have baja?
Oh,
and
right.
they got rid of the baja sauce.
Yeah.
That was
I'm not talking about the sauce you put on top of it. I'm talking about the sauce that's like included, like that's like already in it.
They got rid of the baja, which had like the weird
that
tomatoes.
Shit was good,
I know. But they still have the supreme with the sour cream. The gordita is very similar. From what I I think I like the gordita more. That's where it's a hard shell taco wrapped in a soft shell taco.
Right. That's like the double layer.
I love it.
I'm more partial to the chalupa. I think it's more pure.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Because it's closer to a taco.
Yeah.
In my book. And on top of it, this is the other thing that I always like. Remember how I said about how the cheese isn't melted? But there's something that makes that feel more like original.
Yes.
Because Taco Bell, like, I always felt the melted cheese was like an Americanized thing to like make it like a cheeseburger.
Yeah, or
like,
pizza.
You know what I mean? And it's like if you get traditional tacos, it's usually like shredded.
Yeah, and they put it on at the end.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be melted.
It should not be melted. So
Right.
that's why I was always like, the chalupa is like the pure taco. Like it's like it's the fucking one.
All right, that might be the line of the show.
Yeah.
My typical Taco Bell order, which is very rare now. The last time I did it was a couple of weeks ago. I was after I was with you recording something. I went to get Taco Bell. And my wife's like, "Why?"
Well, they opened that one pretty close to you.
Oh, I didn't go to that one.
Why? It's closer.
I didn't know about it.
Now
I don't go by you.
You just go up the road that you're on here. You just go up, and it's at the end of it. Make a right.
It is
at Mill, right where the highway comes.
It is.
Yeah,
I didn't.
They
know
just
that.
opened it.
What?
You could pull right in from the side street too. You don't even have to get off Mill.
Wait, I have to go all the way down to the other side of the town?
No, it's like on the side that you're on when you're.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Quinn.
it's wonderful.
You just got the scoop on that,
Yeah.
folks. But what I was gonna say, my typical order now is 2 chalupas and a gordita.
Right.
And that's it. Sometimes if I'm feeling really frisky, I'll get a Doritos Loco Taco.
Mine always was 2 chalupas and a Doritos Loco.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Because I love the Doritos Locos.
You're a big fan. My big problem is they took the Cool Ranch away. That really did.
That was a bad move.
It did sadden me because it's my favorite Dorito.
But they did add, what is the like fiery or whatever? That one was good. Yeah, they did.
That one was good. There's a lot of discontinued menu items, folks. We can't cover them all. You let us know your favorite discontinued menu item. They used to have a caramel apple empanada that they don't offer anymore, and those were good too. I used to really like them. Not a fan.
Yeah,
huh?
I don't know.
You're not there for any bullshit, are you?
I'm there for the fucking chalupa and the Doritos Locos.
Like you have no time for anything else,
I
right?
don't care about and the Baja Blast like exclusive soda that like
might as well talk about that.
Yeah, can we talk about that?
Do it
like,
now.
I don't know of any place, maybe other than like Stewart's, that has like a literal exclusive soda that you cannot get anywhere else. Like,
now, correct me if I'm wrong.
You can't even get it at the store.
Didn't they briefly, like as a promotion, sell it in the store? Maybe years back, a few years back.
I remember hearing there was some danger of them like getting rid of Baja Blast, and like my thought process was that would literally mean nobody could have it because it's not. You can't even get it in the store. Like you can't even go to a convenience store or a grocery store and get Baja Blast.
You're
like
right.
It's impossible to find it.
You're right. You can't buy it in the store. Again, I think you could for a period of time.
Yeah,
but like a very short period of time.
Baja Blast is a joy. It's like Mountain Dew, but different.
It's a tropical Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's got like a tropical flavor, like a citrus almost to it.
It's like a color of like windshield fluid, basically.
Yeah, it's not like any other drink on the market. It's
Maybe it's antifreeze.
It's
I don't know.
Blue.
Yeah, it's blue.
It's wonderful.
It is really good. I agree with you. Listen, folks, we got more. We got more to talk about Taco Bell. A little bit more of the history, some more of the overall experience, and also some of the things that they've tried over the years. We're gonna do that, but right now we gotta go to the potty. On the other side of this break, we're gonna talk more about everybody's favorite taco place, Taco Bell, when more Ass to Wash Memories returns.
I can feel shit coming from my butt crack. I can feel the dookie touching my nutsack. I didn't have enough time to make it. Taco Bell food made me take a shit. I ate Taco Bell and I shit myself. I'm asking management for help. All the customers are in disgust. All these tacos popped up my guts. I shitted myself at Taco Bell. This is the 1000th time again.
There's nothing like a good bacon cheeseburger. But no matter how much you dress it up, dress it down, or disguise it, it's still a bacon cheeseburger. Unless it's a bacon cheeseburger burrito from Taco Bell. Introducing 3 classic bacon tastes loaded with bacon. The bacon cheeseburger burrito, the BLT soft taco, and the chicken club burrito. The Taco Bell sizzling bacon menu starting at 99 cents. One thing people can't disguise is how much they love them.
We're about to make these other salad guys green with envy. Announcing the creation of Taco Bell's new taco salad. Sure, we start with garden fresh vegetables.
Oh, yeah?
Seasoned ground beef.
Oh, yeah?
Served in a light flaky flour bowl you can eat.
Eat the bowl. Oh, no.
So try our new taco salad, the envy of all those other guys.
At Taco Bell, it's just made for you.
New hot stuffed potatoes, only at Wendy's.
Introducing 2 new hot stuffed potatoes from Wendy's. Italian with sausage, a meaty tomato sauce, and mozzarella cheese. And Mexican with taco meat, picante sauce, cheese sauce, and sour cream.
New hot stuffed potatoes.
And now we return to more acid-washed memories.
Hey, welcome back to Acid Wash Memories, episode number 72. We're talking about Taco Bell.
I just showed in the break, I just showed Joe where this like new Taco Bell is next to him.
This
how
is
it's
actually real, yeah.
so close to him. Like he doesn't even have to like travel that far.
Apparently it's been open for like a year, Quinn said, and I didn't even know that. Shows how much I keep up with things around here, but 2 kids will do
right
that.
next to you.
It's very close to me. So we're talking about Taco Bell here, and we sure do appreciate you being with us for this casual episode here. Sometimes we like to throw these in where we're just having fun, talking about something that most people have experienced or still experience, and that's what we're doing. So if you could leave us a review on your podcast app of choice.
Yeah, review.
We would like.
We like that.
Yep. And you can also follow us on Twitter at AWM Podcast and join our Facebook group. But Quinn, we're talking about Taco Bell. We'll get back to more products and other things like that. But in the timeline here, so they went public in 1970, and it was in 1978 that your favorite, Quinn, PepsiCo, purchased them. This is why there are no Coca-Cola products there.
That's true. But at least Mountain Dew Baja Blast is that makes up for the blow.
Yeah,
like,
that is true, because if they didn't have that, you'd be like drinking Pepsi like
I'd be like, what is this crap? Like, right? Mountain Dew Baja Blast is like, it might be one of my like top 5 sodas, like period. Like it's that good.
Let's see, Coke Zero. No, just kidding.
Coke.
Cherry Coke.
Like Stewart's Root Beer.
Oh, I love those.
I do like orange soda. I don't love it, but like I don't get it all the time or anything.
Like Orangina?
Yeah, or what was that? Sunshine or whatever that crap.
Sunkissed.
Sunshine. I don't know.
Cheez-It flavored soda.
Cherry
Quinn.
Coke.
Cherry Coke is really good.
Right.
I like the Cherry Coke.
I never liked vanilla Coke. I never cared for it.
Some of our fans swear by it.
Cherry Coke's pretty damn good.
Cherry Coke is good.
I just had one of those the other day. Somebody had them for some reason instead of regular Coke.
What do you mean somebody had them?
They just had them.
Or were you just knocking on doors?
No, I was over a friend's house, and I was like, he usually offers me some soda, and I said, hey, can I go get some soda? He's like, sure. So I go get it, and I'm like, oh, you got his Cherry Coke. That's not a problem.
All he got for me is light beer.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was after the late 70s, as we get into the 80s, where Taco Bell started to obviously open more and more locations, pick up more and more prominence. Not a lot of notable advertising. They were very much of, I say this always facetiously, the Reagan era advertising still in the 80s, which is everything is great. Everyone's wonderful. We're happy to serve you at our establishment.
It's not the like tongue-in-cheek bullshit that like all of them would end up doing.
All of them. Yeah. McDonald's like held on the longest, I feel like.
McDonald's was very traditional forever. Like Ronald McDonald like putting smiles on kids' faces and shit. Like
Burger King's like, yo, fuck McDonald's like in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Burger King's like, hey, you want something that looks disgusting? Like looks like Slimer or some shit? Like
and Wendy's is like, fuck both of them.
Yeah.
Where's the beef, right?
Or Dave's like folksy bullshit that's not... I feel like it's not...
Our stuff's fresh.
Yeah, it's not the same as like, we're going to put a smile on your face corny thing. Dave's is like weird, like, my in-laws are coming over. And
Wendy's a pain in my ass while I'm cooking or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, it's always like an old man like slightly complaining about something and he's found a solution.
But he's still cheerful.
Yeah.
And then Joe Cirola just hammers it all home. Dave is really okay. Don't worry about it. Come into Wendy's, right? But anyway, okay. So Taco Bell did have, we mentioned him earlier, Little Richard, because his career was going great. I mean, he was old in the early 90s, but...
I would say Little Richard was having a resurgence in the early 90s.
He was. Maybe it was because of the commercials.
Maybe.
Or maybe singing at WrestleMania 10.
There was a bunch of things he was
a Full House.
He was all over the place in the early 90s. He was like
Blossom.
Big comeback trail.
He was. Yeah, you're right. I'll dump in a Little Richard Taco Bell commercial.
You put in a Little Richard anything in the early 90s. Like, I mean, there's probably like hundreds of appearances. That guy was everywhere in the early 90s.
He was like Phil Collins was in the late 80s.
Yeah,
it was him
where he's just like everywhere.
Yeah. It's like, what is he doing on Blossom?
Yeah.
This is real.
Like, what?
There's only one cure. For the bottom.
The co-branding that we know from that famous song, I'm at the Pizza Hut, I'm at the blah, blah, blah. The co-branding here began with KFC and then obviously later Pizza Hut.
This shit sucked.
Yeah, we've talked.
Nobody liked this.
This is 95.
It was instantly panned by like nearly everyone, right? As just, this is dumb.
It is. In our original fast food episode from the prequel version of this show that we recently re-released, it's available in the archives, we talked about this.
Yeah.
And maybe elsewhere.
Wasn't there the try ones, like with 3?
There are Pizza Hut, KFC, Taco Bell.
Shit sucks.
You don't need all of that. What are you doing?
It's like, let's just hey, it's already shitty when they're doubles. Like, let's make them triples now.
And the problem is, like, the counter space is like 18 inches at that point. It's like, hi, can I get a taco? And the pizza guy's elbowing you by accident, getting his wallet out of his pocket.
It's so bad.
That's when that started.
You know, if you work there, which one do you pick for lunch?
I think you go across the street to the Meatla Cafe, Quinn. Yeah. Hey, in 97, this is very important. This is where Pepsi spun off Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut into Tricon Global, who would rename themselves in 2002, much like WWF at the time, to Yum Brands.
Was it called Tricon because the 3? Is that really what they did?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's terrible.
I don't think it's good either.
Tricon?
Tricon.
What are they, a fucking robot?
It sounds like a vacuum.
It's like a transformer or something.
Seriously.
I am Tricon. I have Domino's and fucking KFC and shit.
Fuck your burrito.
What is it? Pizza Hut?
And Pizza Hut, yeah.
I always confuse if it was Domino's or Pizza Hut that got like absorbed into that horse shit.
Even Domino's is like, no.
Yeah.
We do this.
Don't buy us, please.
We don't have seats. Don't buy it. Don't call Livewire either.
Hey, fuck off. Okay? How about that? Don't fucking brand your fucking Pizza Huts and your Taco Bells, and also, dickhead, don't fucking call Livewire.
Okay. Let's think for a quick sec here, Quinn.
Okay.
Thinking about the 90s.
Right.
And the early 2000s. In the burger market, you got at least the big 3, right? You got McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. In the chicken market, you have not only Kafasa, right, KFC, but Popeyes,
right,
and Church's is still a thing, and whoever else, right?
Yeah.
Pizza, like fast food pizza, as we call it. You have the Pizza Hut, the Domino's, Little Caesars, if you want to go there. Again, the Kmart one is the one we don't like, folks.
Yeah. It's stained the Little Caesars brand in my eyes
Seriously,
forever.
very stained. Also, the one that the cars always crash into over here around the corner didn't do it any favors. You know, the one at the end of the road here that they had to put up the barriers because the cars always crash into it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
How do you not see a whole...
It's right by my house. It's terrible.
How do you not see an entire Little Caesars in front of you?
You know why that one sucks? Because the parking lot is literally like in a street. Like it's like one of those like where the parking lot is nothing. So it's like you're like leaking into like a busy street, like just to park.
Bad.
It's like what? How is this a real like business? Like how does anyone park here?
You're better off parking at the McDonald's across the street and walking.
Like you're backing out into an intersection.
It's bad.
Like literally. That's when it's like this should not exist.
No, it's bad. But with all that said, right? All of these have their counterparts in their competition. Taco Bell, aside from local flair, meaning if you're in an area, especially where there's a lot of, Mexican food, but even anywhere where there's just a taco stand, Taco Bell did not have too much competition. I know there was Del Taco and Surf Taco,
right,
but they're not like widespread the way Taco Bell was.
Yeah, but I would say like I can understand why maybe it was in their best interest to spread out of California pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because you do have districts that are like there's local taco shops there. Like they're just nobody. They're like nobody over there. You know, they're like, oh, this is this chain. It's like, you know, it's like us with the pizza.
I was just gonna say, it's just like us with the pizza, or Italian Americans with the Olive Garden.
Yeah,
or like New Englanders with Red Lobster. They're like,
exactly.
This.
So it behooved them to get to like the Midwest and the East Coast,
Absolutely.
like the Northeast, because like once you get south, it starts to get, you know, you get closer to Florida. So, you know, this was like a prime market, like most of the country.
And even in terms of restaurant chains that served Mexican-inspired or Tex-Mex or any variation, they were normally in the casual, like On the Border is a casual dining restaurant. It's not a competition with Taco Bell.
No, it's more like a Chili's or whatever.
Right, like Jose Tejas,
yeah.
Same thing. However, in 1993, a man named Steve Ells opened a restaurant in, of all places, Denver, Colorado, known as Chipotle Mexican Grill.
But you don't need to know all that to know that real food just tastes better. Chipotle, for real.
By 1995, he opened his second store, and by 98, McDonald's was an investor in Chipotle, becoming its largest in 2001.
As much as Chipotle is like the higher-end Taco Bell, I never thought they were that good. Like, I really thought that, like, Taco Bell, weirdly, maybe it's just because, like, they're both chains, and I think just Taco Bell is just, like, tastier to me. Like, Chipotle's trying to be like, this is real tacos or whatever, and it's like, F you. Like, if you're a chain, that's not what you should be doing. Like, it's like you need to have this, like, bullshit food. Like, this, like, stuff that's, like, weird as hell and, like, you can't get anywhere.
The Domino's of tacos is what Taco Bell is, right? It's like the same thing. Like, you know it's not good for you. You don't care that it's not good
that's
for you.
That's not the point.
It tastes good.
I don't understand a chain doing that. Doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Because you go to, like, the chain, you expect it to be that, whereas the local place, you expect to have, like, the good ingredients.
The good stuff, yeah. Well, here's the thing. They already had 16 restaurants when they became, in 1998, when McDonald's started investing, and that became 500 by the year 2005,
Jeez.
Chipotle, yeah. And they went public the following year in 06. But here's the thing. You nailed it, the higher end. You know why? Marketing, and only marketing. Truthfully, if you compare the food, like if you did a taste test of like a Taco Bell, let's just say a burrito, if you compare them, I don't think there's any like discernible thing.
Yeah, I don't think Taco Bell's really like losing to them or anything. Like
it's the marketing, because this is during that push, and we experienced this the last 20 years of your smash burger type places.
Yeah.
This is now, it's not fast food, it's fast casual.
Right.
It's nicer inside.
But
it's
I
not
think,
plastic.
I think what the burger ones had up on a McDonald's or whatever is they literally would give you more burger. They would like literally give you more food,
and also
you know
the fries
what I mean? Like,
with the garlic.
Yeah, like they always had like a gimmick, but at the end of the day, it was like this is actually more food.
You're right about that. And we had a Chipotle. I'm assuming we still have several of them. And I did used to go to it, and I
stopped years ago.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
just
with
like,
you.
I don't care about
I'm not
this.
impressed by this.
Yeah.
This isn't that good.
Yeah.
And if I want something that, and I'm not even
Isn't
calling
that like Moe's or whatever too.
There's
like
Moe's Southwest Grill.
Yeah.
And there was a local.
It's like chain, but we're higher quality bullshit.
Yeah, and I was trying to think of this today, and I couldn't remember it. Our friend Jimmy, he used to live in New Brunswick. Remember?
Right.
That's a city near us. There was like an alternative to Chipotle that he swore by, but I cannot remember the name of it. It was like a local I don't think it was like a big chain.
Well, that's the thing, is I feel like in the last coming years, there's been a realization that there's like these local chains, meaning there's like 3 of them or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like there's like 100 of them. Like, it's like, and they're kind of scattered across like a state or something.
Literally.
Like, and that's what this taqueria thing is for me, is like there's 3 of them. There's one in like Jersey City now. I know there's another taqueria, but like they have their taquerias also in Jersey City. There's one in Princeton. And then there's one in New Brunswick.
In New Brunswick, yeah.
And it's like,
if you're new, we're from New Jersey.
The only way that I identified that they were the same company is that I was in Princeton and I said taqueria, and I'm like, that's weird. And then I went inside and it looked similar-ish.
Yeah.
And then the bags were like the exact same like packaging, and I'm like, oh, this is like the same place. Like, the menu was the same.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Now, for the record, I just want to, because some people are probably wondering what you're talking about. A taqueria is a generic term for a taco stand,
right?
But it's also, this is the name of a place here in New Jersey,
right?
We just
so
want to clarify that.
I guess this like mini micro chain, I guess you would call it, opened up, but it's more traditional tacos.
I think, don't they spell it differently though?
Maybe.
I think they spell it.
I think it's like Taco-ria.
It's Taco-ria instead of the Taquueria.
Right.
That's the taqueria. That's the stand. This is called Taco-ria.
Right, but
Just so
everyone
we're
pronounces
clear.
it Taco-ria.
Yeah, just so you guys know, we don't want to offend anybody, but we're really not.
Great.
Yeah,
Like it's way.
I've been there. It's
That
good.
to me is like a step above Taco Bell.
Well, that's also what I wanted to talk about here. So Taco Bell did and still does suffer from what most fast food places such as McDonald's and KFC suffer from. Because when you're that big, who do you tackle? You tackle the guy with the ball, right? And like, so Taco Bell and like McDonald's and KFC were always accused of like, this is rat meat, and KFC was like, oh, it's not real chickens or whatever. And Taco Bell went under this as well, especially with like a Chipotle and all the local places where it's like, well, that's not even real meat. That's, grade D but edible, which is my least favorite myth about them, because you can easily disprove that meat is not graded by the USDA on a letter scale, first of all. Second of all, what does but edible mean? Is the grade D but good is also an option? Just stop.
Well, see, this is what bothers me most about it. It's a pretty known fact that you can't run a restaurant in any local municipality without a license and shit. People are like actually keeping an eye on this stuff. Like,
they actually
there's
are.
Like inspectors, at least in the United States. I don't know about other countries, but there's like,
let us know in England.
Yeah, there is literal like these places have to get like inspected like probably more than once a year.
You would think
by especially most likely by either the local or the state level like in food authority,
Food and Drug Administration,
whoever the fuck. But
it's true though.
You can't have a restaurant like anywhere without these people breathing down your neck.
Well, unless you work for the sanitation department, hypothetically speaking.
And not only that, with this like, oh, that's not even beef; it's whatever animal. Ground beef is so much cheaper than like getting this weird exotic animal would be. Like, why would they not use ground beef? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, let's use horse. That's a lot cheaper. You ever try to buy a pound of ground horse?
That's the other thing, is one of the biggest things we export as a country. We export because we have so much of it is ground beef.
You ever see cows? There's tons of them.
We have way too much beef like in this country.
Where's the beef?
It's here. Yeah. It's like one of the top things the United States has, period. That's why there's like way too much food in this country in general.
There you go, Quinn.
Do
you think in England they spell it Taco Bell with an extra E at the end?
I don't know.
Shoppy?
Maybe we have to ask them.
Tauco, Richard?
Oi, mate. We spell Taco Bell the same way you bloody Americans do, yeah? Although I find it a bit daft to order a taco unless it has fish in it. Fish and chips.
So Taco Bell did want to keep up, and they did. I mean, they're still here, right?
Yeah.
They tried a few things. This will be fun to talk about real quick.
Yeah, the Taco Bell like attempts to like make themselves seem better or something. It's like, and here's the thing. It's like, before we get into all the things, Joe, I just want to say, of all the places, I don't think Taco Bell needs this. I like that they're a piece of shit. Like that is like why I like them.
Right. I don't want them to be better.
I don't want them to be good.
They're already fine with me.
Yeah.
That's why I go there.
I go there because it's like no shame. Like it's just like, this is shit. We know. Like,
I've never been to Taco Bell. I'm like, man, I wish this restaurant was nicer.
Yeah, it's like if you're married, right? And like
I am,
and your wife wants you to be on like a diet or something. When that starts to happen, you don't want to go to the places that have the diet food. You want to go eat the garbage because you miss it or whatever, right?
Are you just referencing like Cosby Show plots?
This is like, I feel like this is a common American plot, like a husband and wife thing. It's like once the husband gets older and he has to go on a diet or something, it's like, wow, I really wish I could have pure shit to eat like McDonald's or something, right?
But Cliff, you can't have that hoagie. I want my hoagie.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
But that's all I'm saying is like Taco Bell, you need to fucking embrace that. Right? It's like that's a thing when you get older, that's like a desirable thing that it's pure garbage.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it's crap.
Yeah. But it tastes great.
It does. So they wanted to compete with not only Chipotle, but like the fast casuals. So they tried a test concept in Huntington Beach, California, known as the U.S. Taco Co. and Urban Tap Room. It's already a cumbersome name, and it opened for a year, 2014 and 2015. However,
I remember didn't this become some other concept later?
Yes. Right after that, they tried another test concept, which is still going. There's just limited versions of this. Closest one is in New York. The Taco Bell Cantina.
So this is like we're a restaurant now?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
They got an open kitchen so you can see what's going on. I don't want to see what's going on. That's the whole point.
Nobody wants to know what's going on. Honestly,
I knew people that worked there.
When I went to the drive-thru at Taco Bell and I peeked in the window, it looked scary in there. Like, I did not want to know what the fuck was happening at all. Just hand me the bag.
Just that's all I want. Give me the fire sauce. And I'll take it.
I would like zoom out of there because it just looked gross inside the window.
I'm sure it is. And if you've worked at a Taco Bell, let us know, folks. But this Taco Bell Cantina concept, open kitchen, really want to say that. A special menu, Quinn, better food, and most importantly, alcohol.
Yeah, so honestly, the alcohol idea with Taco Bell doesn't seem like that bad of an idea.
Right. You add that to any concept and it's going to draw people.
But Taco Bell's already pure shit. It's like I'm eating shit and I got booze.
Right.
Oh my God. Right? Like that sounds fantastic. And I'm actually I was actually wondering why this didn't take off because to me, this seems like a good call. Like
it does in the sense that you're taking the Taco Bell.
Give me a Corona and Taco Bell, right?
Because you could do that. This is why it's a smart idea in theory. And On the Border is just that. It's I'm going to eat.
But they give you they give you too much shit because they're like, oh, we're like a restaurant or what. It's like, no, I want the crappy tacos with the alcohol, not a whole fucking meal.
You can just get the chips and salsa and the pitcher of margaritas. We've talked about this, Gwen. It's a good time.
They overcharge too. They're like too much money.
Sorry.
It's like, come on.
I'm sorry.
It's tacos. It's like, what are we doing here?
But it is smart in the sense that they're taking the existing Taco Bell brand awareness and they're saying, well, you like us for our tacos? Have tacos at a better place with alcohol.
Could you imagine two chalupas, a Doritos Locos, with a Corona as a meal?
Fantastic.
That sounds like a dream.
Dinner of champions, Gwen.
Yeah, that sounds incredible.
I gotta say, do most people eat Taco Bell before 10 p.m.? Because I don't. It's
always a late night food,
right?
Yeah,
and they knew that, and they turned that into part of their advertising.
And maybe that's why the alcohol concept maybe doesn't work because people are coming after they drank. You know what I'm saying?
I can't say that I disagree with that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's like maybe we shouldn't give them more booze.
We want
they're here to soak up the alcohol in this garbage, right? It's like, and so that they get a bring down, right? It's like,
it's never a positive decision when I'm like, hey, it's 11:03. I'm going to go get Taco Bell. Like, it's never a good idea.
It's like, I really shouldn't be hungry anymore, but I am.
There's always room for Taco Bell. Forget Jell-O, right?
Yeah.
There's always room for Taco Bell.
I want a midnight snack. Give me a chalupa.
It's real, though.
Yeah.
What do they put in that stuff? It's so good.
It's fantastic.
We'd be remiss, of course, if we didn't mention probably the most famous Taco Bell advertising campaign from 1997 to 2000. Gidget the Chihuahua.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Gidget, by the way, was born on February...
I didn't even know that was the name of this dog. It was the Taco Bell dog.
She was born on February 7th, 1994. She died in July of 2009.
And that's probably why we never saw her again.
No, she was retired, but she died of a stroke.
How small was that dog? I thought it was tiny.
Probably the size of Mandy.
Yeah.
Whoever that is.
It probably could fit on this table.
Why is that your frame of measurement?
Well, because there's a lot of stuff on these tables. All this audio crap. This dog could still fit. It was so small.
Beverages and audio equipment is all we got over here.
Computers.
And computer calendars, buttons. It's crazy here at Has to Watch Memory Studio. Anyway, Gidget the Chihuahua was very popular as the mascot, I guess, essentially, of Taco Bell. Now, there were people that took issue with the fact, they're using a typical Mexican dog, the Chihuahua, and giving it, Yo quiero Taco Bell. It sounded like friggin', Ren from Ren and Stimpy.
I always felt like Taco Bell wore its the origin of the foods on its sleeve.
Tex-Mex, yeah.
Yeah,
they used a run for the border.
I never interpreted it as trying to mean-spirited or anything. That it was supposed to
I didn't either.
reflect the culture of where it came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was 27 years ago when they started this campaign. A talking dog. This sounds really dumb, but you got to think back for a second, folks. That was a novel thing still.
Yeah. I mean, it was also the age of like Budweiser, like with the frogs and
Yeah,
like,
right.
It's always like a talking animal was always like an easy like, oh, that's funny,
Yeah,
right? It's like
there was like talking babies and talking animals, right?
Right,
That was
yeah.
like, what if we do a movie where the baby talk, like
Right.
who's talking, right? And then the dogs talk.
Remember, what was that? It wasn't even Look Who's Talking Now, but there was like another movie like Homeward Bound or one of those like where
Oh, God,
where the
that
animals
was-
like talked or whatever. They're
was
like
annoying.
Yeah.
I had to
They're
see
not even
that.
talking. It's just like regular, like live action dogs, and somebody's like voiceovering them, and
It's
then they're
embarrassing.
talking. Like it's like no, they're not. Like what?
I had to see that. That's one of those movies when you're a kid where it's like, I didn't choose to see this.
I didn't
but,
choose to see
right?
Homeward Bound. It was that like after school program
Yeah,
just to like,
it's like-
occupy us or whatever, so we wouldn't like make noise. You know.
Yes. Sadly, I do know what you mean. But anyway, yeah.
Or like a substitute teacher. I'm just going to play a movie so nobody bothers anybody.
Play tape.
Yeah.
Gidget the Chihuahua was very popular. She was very much alive for 9 years after they retired her from doing the commercials. They just stopped because it was time. And 3 years is a long time, not only to be champion, but it's also a long time to have an advertising campaign.
I mean, that dog must have got hounded all over the country, too. It's like for autographs, obviously.
Did you get the pun you just made?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh.
I didn't realize I was going to make it, but
you got it after you made it.
I got it after I made it.
That's all that matters, Quinn. Anyway, can we talk about a few miscellaneous things before we get out of here?
Sure.
Because I know this is thrilling, folks, so we don't want to overexert you. You know what I mean?
Right.
We want to make sure you guys are okay out there. What do you think of their cinnamon twists?
They're pretty good. They're all right.
See, I don't like them. But
I don't hate them either, but I don't like order them all the time. I get them like if somebody else gets them, and I'll be like, hey, can I have a piece of those?
Stick your fingers. You have to do like the finger grab, right?
Yeah,
To get one of those.
Like Tricon, yes.
Exactly. Triclide. There's a Mandela effect that those are called Cinetwists. They're not. They never were.
Huh.
And some of our fans are probably
I
like,
never really
yes,
even
they
thought
were.
about it, to be quite honest with you.
I wanted to say that for the sake of people listening that are probably like, no, they're called Cinetwists. No, they're not. They were always called cinnamon twists. There's this weird like thing. I guess it's an easy portmanteau to
maybe
combine them together.
Maybe Cinnabon. Remember them?
Yeah, I remember them.
Remember those stands? Like maybe people got it from. Maybe they call it that or something.
Maybe Cinnabon in a way is the Taco Bell of desserts.
Well, that's a whole nother classification of like fast food dessert or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
that's very unique, actually, right?
Like Cinnabon. Like what? Like it's like just a stand in the mall or whatever.
They're good.
Yeah, I know, but there's other ones that I'm not thinking of right now. Like
Dippin' Dots.
Well, also like you could consider Hot Sam's part of that.
That's not a dessert, Quinn. It's a pretzel. Who eats a pretzel for dessert?
Snack dessert. Yeah, you could have it as a dessert. Where it's
What?
it's not like a dinner or a lunch. It's like
called a snack.
It's a snack / dessert food.
You're just making up your own definition.
I'm just saying. I'm saying there's weird fast food places that are like they're only that, and I feel like that could be a whole episode.
Fast food dessert.
Yeah, fast food dessert / snack or whatever. It's a horrible name, but we're thinking it out loud here.
Thinking it out. We're workshopping.
Yeah.
Did you ever do? And I'm sure at least 6 people listening did, but I don't know if you did, Quinn, because you were much more reserved in a good way than I was when I was a teenager. But you ever go into Taco Bell when you're a teenager and just say, I'm going to get my cup and I'm going to put a little bit of every single soda in it across the line?
See, I think I did that when I was younger, but then I realized it tasted like crap, and I was like, why? Like, it's terrible.
See, I did it when I was like 18.
Yeah, that's a little late to still
It's a
be
little
doing that.
old. I was a
Like-
late bloomer there.
Like I did that when I was like 8 or something. Like,
That's more appropriate.
I was like,
You know what?
when I didn't know, like, oh, this doesn't taste good. Like,
My friend John and I, remember John from high school?
oh, maybe. Yeah.
Egg. So, egg. He used to call it a pine tree because that's what he thought it tasted like. I thought that was a funny name,
Yeah,
a pine tree.
that-
Just go down the row and put
That
a
was
little.
definitely not my cup of tea. Like I realized,
It was a
like
cup
the
of shit is what it was.
The first time I did that, I think I did it once as a kid, and I was like, "This sucks." Like,
I did it more than once, but I was like, I could vote and stuff. You know what I mean? I drove my car there.
Yeah, that's crazy
It
that you
is.
kept doing it that long.
Let's talk about real quick, the classic look that people think of when they think Taco Bell. Not only the mission style outside, but the inside
Well, there's like 90s era Taco Bell
Yeah.
where it looks like the side of the cup, those swirly cup.
The Fuck Jerry cup?
Yeah, it looks like the Fuck Jerry cup in there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pink and it's bluish.
Yeah.
That's the one that I most recently remember. I mean, obviously, it's the most embedded
Now, I
in my
feel like
conscious.
the modern ones are trying to ape that to a certain extent because they have that like light purple.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like they're embracing that legacy of the Fuck Jerry cup inside of Taco Bell.
Did you like the Fuck Jerry cup inside?
Well, I gotta say, it reminded me too much of what was that, Miami Grill or whatever?
Oh,
like
I hate that place, by the way. What a piece.
You know what I hate about Miami Grill? It's like, also, we have this weird one little tiny counter, Arthur Treacher's. Like,
Yeah,
who the fuck is that? Like, why is this here? Like, and why does it have its own counter space? Like, it's very odd.
Why does my food take 19 minutes at a fast food place?
Yeah, but like Taco Bell and that place, they both had that same motif.
Yeah.
And it was weird.
It's not a great motif,
Yeah.
but they did this with Burger King and they did it with McDonald's and most of these places, including KFC, in response to the fast casual places, mainly. They just took away all of those unique quirks and like 90s and 80s like charm. It was very like Lisa Frank for a long time. Very Trapper Keeper.
And I think that's part of like the legacy of Taco Bell. I think that well, it's like impactful on people. I feel like it's one of the things you think of when you think of Taco Bell is like that super bright like 90s colors like inside.
Yeah.
Like and I feel like it's one of those things too that it feels like it should be retained because it's very recognizable and notable.
Right.
Like even if it is passé.
I think you're right. I mean, Burger King went back to its old 80s logo not that long ago.
Yeah, like this
How cool is that, by the way?
There's things that are like, I understand when they get rid of them that at that point, yeah, it's kind of like we've been doing this for like 20 years or whatever.
Right.
We should probably change the look up.
Right.
But at the same time, there's a way to like modernize but keep the things that people like and get rid of the aspects that people don't like.
I think you're right.
You know what I
about
mean?
that,
And
yeah.
like I feel like Taco Bell went a little far.
Yeah.
Trying to change it. And now they're finally like kind of getting back to it. It's like a different color motif, but it's more in the same theme.
I think you're right about that.
I'm okay with the new look.
I am too.
It
It's
seems
fine.
to keep some kind of legacy of the 90s look.
Which is the classic look. We often talk about this when we do the fast food things. What do you think of your overall drive-through experience at the Taco Bell? Have you found it to be good or?
It really depends on the night. Like sometimes it's like, why are we like in line for like 20 freaking minutes to get a taco?
Sometimes it is long, and sometimes it's like it's moving.
Yeah,
It's
sometimes
grooving.
sometimes it's going, but like, yeah, it's hit or miss Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's very weird, actually. Like I don't know why it is. At least it's not like Popeyes where it's like it's always 30 minutes.
You could watch it a whole sitcom.
Yeah, you could watch an episode of Everyone Loves Raymond in your car.
Hey, come on here, I want my chicken,
And it wouldn't
Dad.
even be considered like being distracted driving because you're just in park the whole time anyway. So,
You have your ignition off.
yeah.
One of my favorite things when we used to go, Quinn, was when we'd order our tacos and they'd be like, "No drink." I'm like, "No, I don't want a drink right now."
Yeah.
Like they get very mad. Remember that?
Yeah, they were very like they cared a lot about getting the drink.
They're very upset.
Well, maybe because they're so used to everyone being like Baja Blast,
Right,
Baja
right.
Blast, like on everything. So if you don't say it, they're like, huh?
But
Like,
we had beer.
why are you even here if
Yeah.
you're not going to get Baja Blast?
What they don't know is we went to the liquor store that's right next to it
True,
beforehand.
but I will say there's been times where we just came from the liquor store and I definitely needed Baja Blast.
I remember
like, on top of that.
sitting in my passenger seat.
I was like, no, can you get Baja Blast large, please? That's the funny thing about Baja Blast is you get the large because you know you're not going to have it for a long time.
You have to
so
savor
you're
that
like, give
shit,
me
yeah.
the biggest
Right.
like you have of Baja Blast. I'll put it in my fridge. Like I would. Like I would save it.
I know you would.
Yeah.
I lived with you. I know. I remember.
I would definitely.
Cups.
It was one of the rare. Like most soda, I would just throw out.
Yeah,
But
you
like if
don't
it
give a
was
shit.
like Baja Blast, I'd be like, we have to savor this. If this can last like a day or two, that's huge.
This is true, folks. Listen, we could probably ramble on more and more, but we want to hear from you. I just wanted to give a little salute to Taco Bell because, like I said at the outset of the show, we talked about burgers, chicken, pizza. You know what? We talked about all the other fast food staples, but we had yet to profess our love to the taco, invented, of course, by Mr. Taco Bell.
Yeah, Mr. Taco. That's him.
He invented the taco.
100%.
Absolutely. And we know that not everyone likes this, and I don't think Quinn and I think that it's good for you or anything.
Not everyone likes it. I mean,
hey, everybody loves ramen.
I know.
About tacos.
If you don't like it, generally, you don't go to You've never been to Taco Bell, but if you've been to Taco Bell, you like it. And you like it for life.
See, my wife doesn't like it, but you know what?
But has she been?
No,
exactly.
And that's the prejudice. That's actually the definition of prejudice: prejudgment.
Yeah, you need to just like. One day when the kids are like away, like they're being babysit or something, right? You need to like act like you're going somewhere. It's like, hey, want to take a drive with me? And then just like pull in, and then just like go. Hey, we got to go in. I want to sit down for a minute, and then just get her like one. I guarantee you, your wife will probably like something on that menu.
Let me get this straight, Quinn. On the once in a blue moon occasions that we can have, let's say the in-laws babysit both of our kids.
This is just
so
like
we can get a night out.
Obviously, you'll go somewhere else afterwards.
You want me to kidnap my wife and take her to Taco Bell?
I'm saying on the way to something else, like just a
divorce attorney?
Do a pop in to Taco Bell and just get her like a chalupa. She'll be sold. Like, I'm telling you.
Folks, I think there's no more to be said.
Chalupa can sell itself. I have confidence in it.
I do too. Folks, let us know what you think of the chalupa, the gordita, the burrito, the 7-layer, obviously. Bell Beefer, we want to hear from the old school Bell Beefer
Get out of here, Bell Beefer.
Send all your hate tweets to SilentQ15 on Twitter.
That's my name.
But follow us and give us the love tweets at AWM Podcast on Twitter and join our Facebook group, Acid Wash Memories on Facebook. Leave us a review too if you don't mind. This was fun though, Quinn, because we're just talking about food.
Now I want to go to Taco Bell with you. Let's right after this.
I don't think we can pull that off. I just ate. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being with us here. Really do appreciate you. Next week we'll be back for something completely different. Until that time, thank you so much for being here. I'm Joe Morata. That's Michael Quinn. And apparently we're going to Taco Bell. We'll see you next week for more Acid Wash Memories.
See ya.
Like what you heard? Be sure to leave a review and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We will see you next week.